Good morning. Welcome to today's daily update. I want this to be as quick as possible. And let's look at US dollar index. I want to take a quick look. Like I did said yesterday, I said price may break the top here, based on how this one corrects, and that price action most of the time does not actually tell if price is going to continue to move the other way. Looking at what happens here, comparing that with this, and I said what matters most of the time is structure. Structure has to be completed. So once the structure is not complete, then price, if it pull beyond a level here, then that will end the structure to the downs to the upside. Then probably we want to correct to move down. So for now, the price is still going up. So we have broken this top. This area seems to have completed with 3, and the downside now for sure has completed with 4. And as far as I'm concerned, this is the last move to the upside. And we are going to see this move as the last move to the upside, and probably in 5 waves by the time you look at the internal architecture. So this move potentially could actually kiss this top now. It could potentially kiss this top now. So we have till Wednesday, the end of this month, before we see. So what you can do if probably you are shorting EURUSD is to constantly now probably move your stop loss and aim for, wherever it's convenient to exit. Probably we'll see this as a 5-wave move. And if you're able to see that at the turn of the third wave, or the end of the third wave, to have the fourth, we can probably exit on our EURUSD while we shift our stop loss. That is what we can do, and also aim to do the opposite, probably to buy once we hit that place. Now, on the DXY, what do we have? The DXY also is the same. We have broken the top. So we can see that we're broken the top now. So let's bring out our the drawings. So we can see our drawing here. So with this drawing, I honestly cannot tell you where this is going to end, but the price is capable of hitting this area. Price is capable of hitting this area. And the last place probably we want to see price is here, but it depends. But based on the correction that I've seen, if you take this as 3, end of 3, and potentially this is the end of 4. So if you take that, a 161.8 will end around this area. But if you look at the natural point that it should exit, which is if you're to do 4 in terms of 2 to 3, it should be around this gold area, around 102 something. So if we take that and we retrace, price could potentially get here. That is just what we can work with, but that does not mean that price cannot extend beyond that. So if we take that here and we take it to the gold in yellow, which is 138, so you can see price may walk up here or beyond it. So but what we need to do is just to draw our trend line. So going inside of 4 hours to look at that. So we see this as a potential. Now, the old correction that we first saw, A, B, C, around this area, we will see this as a completion, and this could be the first move. This could be a wave. The first move to the downside as 1. This could be a 2. And this one going could be a 3, and probably we have a 4, and the last wave. So Would this one be, the retracement of this to this is about 61 point, let's see, it's over 61.8. Yeah, the retracement here is a bit over 61.8, so which will still agree with the last wave now, as this one is 1, this one is 2, and probably if you can get a 161.8 extension, maybe that will agree with you, and it could be more. So agree with 3, then we can have the 4th wave and, you know, go back one more time. I mean, up more one more time. So looking at euro dollar, let's go to euro dollar now. I don't want to just to take too much time. So how do we apply ourselves on euro dollar? So what we can do on euro dollar is let's quickly look at the upper time frame now, larger time frame. Now, assuming we are to retrace this wave, you know, D to C to D, and we are retracing that. So where do we expect, you know, I want to teach us something, because again, it's, like I said, it's structure most of the time. It's not your trend support or trend line. Now, assuming you are looking at this, that A bounce commenced from here with A, and it bounced from here to get to this point, and it bounced on this trend line to get to here. So there's a bounce, 1 and a 2, which would make sense to anybody. And again, there's a bounce, 1 and 2, which would make sense to anybody on this trend support. So the trend resistance, trend support, so you expect a bounce around this area. But would it behave like that? Yes. In a way, we want to engage yourself, maybe price want to behave like that. But that may be so if what price is doing is to correct this C to D. So if it's correcting that C to D, where we expect it at the major, you know, retracement level, maybe a 76, a 78. And if that is the case, and you are correcting this, then this is, we have broken 76 around this area. So this area where I have the yellow is 78. So are we going to see a bounce, a reaction there? Now, if we see a reaction here, that may be where price wants to turn, right? Okay, because it coincides with this and it coincides with that. But I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that is that if other ones, USD, US dollar index and DXY are done like a 161.8 extension of 1 to 2 to get to 161.8, this one has not even hit 161.8. 161.8 is below here, so which is around this area, the black. So it does mean that price technically may still pull below this point by about 40 pips. So, and if we have a break below here, that tells you, that is why, you know, you don't, you know, get fixated to trend, support, trend line, and all of that, but you look at structure. So it's almost there, and we're going to see if you get a reaction there or not. And if you get a reaction there, so we'll see how to deal with that reaction. Now, but if we are to correct this, that is what I expect, that we have to correct this, because I did explain that this is A, B, C, you know, so this is A, and I said the one in the middle here is actually, okay, it was another video, so this nomenclature has changed here. So I said this is A, and this is A of B, so this is our B. So we don't have a D based on the new explanation that I made, and that this is a C in the making. This is a C in the making. And what I did say is that the B here, I don't know that I'll still be doing this. Okay. Let me quickly do that so as to align us. Okay. So, and I said, this is A of B, which is in the middle, and this is a B of a B in the middle, and I said, this is a C of a B, okay? So you will look at this also as a correction, and I said, this is like a zigzag. I did explain the B is a zigzag, so the A part of it, and this is like a retracement of 76 or thereabout to get to B, an extension of 100 or thereabout to get to a C. So the middle correction for A, B, C, or B is a zigzag. And if you look at everything together from here to here, we said is an extension of about 127 or 123. So, and we are looking at the possibility of this one being a running flat. So if it's a running flat, it can eat 76, it can eat 100, which is at this level, but it may turn anywhere from here to the upside. So, but if we look at, we are correcting this, I said this is 78 area, we want to see the reaction. Price should not break that if we are correcting this, which I think that price is going to break. Now, if we are correcting this and we are looking at the possibility of it being a running flat, so that means if we are correcting this, we said 76, 78 will be here. So that's why I put blue box here between these as a 78 of this B to C, or B to C here, or the entire run here, which is 78, we should get a reaction here. But that is analysis. But what would determine at the end of the day is what is happening in the internal architecture of this wave. So potentially price may walk around this area and change direction. So we still have till next week Wednesday to see that. Now, let's quickly go inside of here. We know that I said this is wave 1, wave 2, and that we are seeing the last part of the wave, which is wave C, or wave 3. But technically, this can actually run like a 161.8 and hit this point where we have the black here. Technically, this will be an area technically you should be looking for your, probably to have your TP, if you are not, that's around 1.07300 area. That's an area you want to exit and watch for price reaction to buy. Now let's go inside and see on the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, for us, this is where probably we are seeing a reaction. You know, that reaction could have been, okay, yeah, a wave 3 of internal structure of this itself. This, a 2 to this, and this may just be a wave 3. You know, it's funny looking, but we will see this last run as the last run, this being a wave 4. This being a wave 4, that's the last correction, being a wave 4, as we are finishing a wave 4. This could be a wave 3, and the last correction could be a wave 4, that we're seeing the last wave of wave 5. So this might just be 1 and 2 of the ending diagonal. That's the way we are looking at this. 1 and 2 of ending diagonal. So the point that price should not break is this now. If price comes to downside, the more, where the price should not break is this. Now, but technically, this could still be a correction with this, where this one is an A and this one is a B, and that we might have a C before we shoot down. That may not be popular, but ultimately, price has no business here. And that was why I said the stop loss for now is 1.09200. Price has no business in this area. But when this one stops being a correction of A, B, C is once this one pulls lower than once it's 1.8 extension. So how do we do that? Let's quickly see. You know, I'm trying to teach us a whole lot because structure can change and you know when structure has changed. Yesterday we thought, okay, we're going to have a zigzag to the upside or a running flat to the upside. So once we don't have a break here, we'll continue to look at this until the structure changes. So structure changes and, you know, we are not God here. So we have to look at what the price is printing to determine the next leg, okay? So if we do this, so if at this point, price probably breaks here and breaks here, let me use red for that. Let me use red for that. If price breaks 161.8 here, okay, which is at that level, if price breaks that level, then this wave coming down stops being a part of correction to this. Then it's going to be a new wave in itself, and which will now qualify this wave to be a 3 at least, until we have a turn to the upside as a 4 and the last one to the downside as a 5. So, but technically it could still be part of this as an A, B, once this one is not touched. And if you have a turn to the upside at that level, if we have to turn to the other side, it could be an extended flat or anything to end A, B, C of that 2 to now have a 3 proper. So anything is still possible. So we are looking at how the structure is going to form or change around this area, if it's going to change at all. But once this one looks like it's going to go. So, but if we have a breach of this to the downside, it means it's a new structure that is coming down. This will not be seen as a wave 3 of the ending diagonal. We have a 4, and we're going to deal with it like that. So what do we have to do looking at this? So I'm going to end now very soon. I don't want it to be long. It's already getting long. Okay. Now, so what we have to do is technically to look at an area, maybe an area around this area or this area. Before we, if you want to select these, it might be suicidal because price may not even get here. Maybe this area of about 0.7200, 0.7200 as your exit area for the sell, while you have to look for what the price is doing as in terms of reaction to know if you're going to have a break or not to the upside. So, but we are almost getting there. We are seeing price dropping a potential of how many pips to this point? About 95 pips is possible. That price will still do that. But we are at the end of this. We are at the end of this. That is my point. We are at the end of this. And so all we can do now is, let's see, all we can do now is we have this trend in place now. So once we have a break out of here, so then we begin to look for, okay, a correction and to exit, if we have a deep correction, probably for now, we'll take this one as a 1. We'll take this one as a 1. We'll take this one as a 2. The supposedly ABC correction, it's getting faded and it might just fade off now. So, but we still need to take this out. So what we'll see if structure is going to change to be 1, 2, 3, or will still be ABC, depending on how low this can go. But once we have a breach here, that will be the first 5 minutes breach, 5 minutes, trend resistance breach of this structure to the upside, then we'll look at it. All right.